The economy here was built on the bartenders, the artists, the musicians. That's what made the neighborhood a great place. And some effort to preserve that in these new buildings would be nice.
It feels like all the new living spaces that are coming up are unaffordable, and that makes me sad. I think that there should be a nice balance, and I'm not sure that there is right now. I don't know, but it feels like there isn't.
It does feel like the people that kind of helped make this stretch of land interesting can't hang out here anymore, or can't afford to hang out here or live here anymore.
And I think that's what a lot of the Capitol Hill Arts District is trying to get at with these new developers. Of like, you can have the high-end condos and up top, but like have some lower income and some housing for artists.
It's really important that we do all we can to keep the integrity and the young people and the artistic people here. And right now, I worry that we're driving them out.
Before Capitol Hill was all culture with a little bit of prosperity, I guess. Now it seems like you get all these clowns that are like, fuck, we can make money up there. Let's just throw in a whatever bar. There's no sense of history. There's no sense of culture. There's no sense of diversity or doing something because it's cool.
The late 90s, before they started closing everything down, I get kind of nostalgic about that time, particularly walking down Broadway now. With the new transit system and all the building closures and all the sort of vacant storefronts, it's really like the ghosts of what used to be really great about Broadway.
I'll look at a block and I'll go, what used to be in that location? I can't even remember anymore. And it's kind of sad because we're putting up all these ugly buildings and all the ones with character are gone.
I miss what Capitol Hill was.
Yeah, what was that?
Less crowded, less dump trucks. Just trying to drive up friggin' Pike right now. Why bother? It's kind of insane. There's so many projects right now in Capitol Hill.
The city's pro-development. You know, they want people to spend the money and build these places. And I'm not anti-development at all, but I mean, I'm anti-gross buildings, and that building is fucking stupid.
I was downstairs talking to a friend in the window, and it was mid-construction. I just like glanced up, you know, I've been seeing the construction, but it was like I kind of actually looked at it and I was like, oh my God, that's hideous. That's like this huge monstrosity.
The ugly ass buildings.
New ones.
Yeah, the new ones. I like the old ugly ass buildings, those fit. But I just think the design aesthetic, just people building, it seems like as inexpensively as possible, just to build up and make money, you know what I mean?
I think about how mad I was when that whole block, the King Cora, Man Ray, Cha-Cha block just got raised to be a dirt lot for like years. You know, somebody buys it, they got a plan, always got a plan, but you know, that visual of just something you love just gone for nothing, that really rubs you the wrong way.
You know, it's a good dynamic time to be in Seattle, but it's also a scary time. We don't pay attention to what we're doing, then it's too late and it's already done.
You want to have a stake in the neighborhood so you can be a part of it for the, you know, like, and make decisions, and it just feels extremely awesome to have that opportunity now.
You really have to organize, you really have to fight for stuff while those changes are happening. And you know, it's never too late to do it, but I really think people just need to step up and fight with economics and use the city council and, you know, really utilize those things that are there to kind of protect what we want to protect up here.
Yeah. There's still a lot of people that are very passionate about this neighborhood, and they are making their voices heard, and that is of course drawing the attention of people in city office and the community as a whole.
You know, there's people talking to the new people moving in. We're saying very much out loud, hey, we're here, and this is how the neighborhood goes, and you're welcome, but you know, this is what we do here.
But are we going to talk about the gay parade?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, I think. Is that an okay thing?
Oh, that's absolutely an okay thing.
That started here on Broadway. They were wonderful, and I because I live where I live, I just go outside or maybe up further on Broadway and I watch it. They were funny, they had great floats, they were fabulous.
People got together, you got to see friends, you actually got to talk with them.
So then finally they moved the gay parade down to downtown Seattle, but just not the same.
It's still very exciting, and it's exciting that we've been able to start encompassing other parts of the community that can welcome the LGBTQ people in town and the corporations and the sponsorship. So that's really great, but the sort of where that intimate nature that we used to have with the Pride Parade is kind of gone.
What is this about anymore? Is this about politicians? Is it about corporations? Is it actually about the people? No, it's those two first things. It's not about the people anymore.
Why are we helping Macy's and some of those places get more money? It belongs up here. And I'm not going to go downtown to watch a parade that should be in my area.
I mean, having lived in this neighborhood for 20 years, I've seen it change incrementally, every 6 months. People talk about, the old Hill, like what the Hill was like, and they're thinking back to like, I don't know, something that was 5 years ago, and I think back to something that was 20 years ago. It's just a different, it's relative,
A lot of people are upset about the Hill changing. And I get that, because it has changed a lot. But I guess the arc of my time here, I've seen it change. It's always been changing.
That's part of the dynamic of the neighborhood. I mean, Linden, Washington hasn't changed a lot. I started going up to Linden once in a while in the early 80s. And it's pretty much the same town. If you want to go to a place that doesn't change, there's a place that doesn't change, And it's fucking boring, right? Seattle's exciting because it changes.
And I just love the way it's changed, like up here, because there's more of everything. And the thing about that is, you get the good and the bad, so you got to focus on the positive stuff. And that's my, sometimes it gets challenging, but it's overall, I'd say we're winning out.
I think change is coming whether I embrace it or not. And I don't embrace some of this stuff, but I tell myself, this is how it is. And if you don't like it, then finally I just said, well, move. But there's no other place I want to go to.
It's a changing neighborhood, and fingers crossed it's changing in a really great way.
A lot of people come into this area for Friday, Saturday night, and it changes it quite a bit just for the night, and then people leave. I think that's, again, that's a good economy thing, and there's no reason people shouldn't get together and go out and have fun, but it also brings a different demographic that I don't think is necessarily eyes wide open all the time.
I think there's going to be a serious culture clash within the next couple of years, and they'll revisit all the noise ordinance stuff because of all this development and number of people.
I definitely think it's going to be interesting to see over the next couple of years as the apartments are completed, who moves into them, and I'm assuming they're mainly going to be tech workers. I can't imagine that they're going to enjoy how loud and rowdy it is, especially as more bars and restaurants are going to be opening.
One of my big beefs with the people that move into Capitol Hill is that they kind of didn't investigate what was here before they moved here, and now that they moved here, they of course don't want it to be that way.
You can't stop the dickheads. It's going to happen. But within those dickheads, there's probably some people that are like, I want to know what's going on here, and maybe they'll fall off the dickhead train and fall in love with the neighborhood and help something cool happen. Who knows? Maybe not, but maybe.
I think people just need to be educated when they come to the Hill. We're all like partying and having fun, but we do it with respect. It's a community. If you want to come be part of it, then join the community. Don't try and change it.
I think that the roots of this being essentially a neighborhood to start made it really great. I mean, that was one of the things, being like a young woman here before, it was always really safe. Even at 2 a.m. or whatever, it seemed, communal, but now that energy is different.
Capitol Hill used to have the Q Patrol. It used to shut down all the gay bashing that was going on. These guys were like guardian angels walking around. You don't see them anymore. I think They've been gone for a long time, but they talk about bringing them back. Probably should.
So much of it is what you bring to it, you know, and it's that when you come here, if you look around you and appreciate what other people have here or what other people bring to it, it's spectacular, and you don't try to have it be someplace else.
We really wanted to raise our son Maceo on the hill, and to be around arts and culture and nice small businesses and good food and everything the hill has to offer. So that's just normal for him.
I just love that people here celebrate what it means to be on Capitol Hill to them.
You know, we're more diverse than any other community in the city, that's for sure. And that's one of the things I love about it.
This is a great neighborhood for just wandering the streets and seeing something you haven't seen before and talking with people that you've never talked with before.
So that's why I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna hold it on for other motherfuckers who love it, because I am not gonna let these guys beat me, Jack. I'm telling you that. You know?
I think you can find it anywhere you go, but here there's a lot of reasons that feel like it can be magic sometimes. You know, I just love it.
I love that guy who dresses like a rainbow. I've never said anything to him. I wish, well, maybe one day I will.
You know, that's what it's all about, is connecting with people. So.